Guys, we have a refresh for the new Honda Civic. We knew it was coming. It's officially here. Grab your snacks and drinks, buckle in, and let's get into it. Our bullet points first, and then we'll get into the pictures. All right, so we have new aggressive front end. We've already seen a couple images of the front end before, as well as the back end, and we'll break that down here in a little bit. New Civic Hybrid. Finally, it's back. They deviated a little bit with the Insight. They brought the Insight back. No one really cared or talked about it. Not saying it was a bad car, just it doesn't have the brand power that the Civic lineup has. So now they're doing it right, bringing the hybrid powertrain to the Civic. You can get it in a sedan or hatchback. In Europe, it's only a hatchback. 232 pound-feet of torque. I knew that was going to be the case based off of the Civic hatchback that is already a hybrid in over in Europe. And this is the most powerful non-Type R Civic ever in terms of pound-feet of torque. Now, we also have a new range-topping sport touring hybrid trim, also Google built in for the first time ever on a Civic. Just like we knew before, the Civic Hybrid is going to take about 40% of the Civic sales initially, but they could keep going from there. We'll see the new Civic sedan arriving in Honda dealers next month, and the Civic hatchback will arrive later this summer. So guys, it's pretty much here. If you want a Civic hybrid, go to your dealer, place an order. I don't think it's going to be anything like the SI when it launched, or let's say the Type R still, in terms of exclusivity. With 40% of the total Civic sales being hybrid, these things will be a lot easier to get. And the cool news is that it is finally here this summer. I will be driving it, fingers crossed, very, very soon here. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, watch my Prius Prime review. I just finished that up today, as well as this week I'm driving another competitor to this vehicle that's not the Prius Prime, which is the Corolla Hybrid. So Toyota has two vehicles that compete against this exact car. Or you could say Honda has one car that competes against two cars in the Toyota lineup. And I want to compare them to, let's say, current generation, or should I say 11th gen pre-refresh. So I'm going to pull up an image of the Civic Hybrid over in Europe. They call it the EHEV. So you see the wide European plate here. So this is the current Civic styling. This is the new refresh styling. And the styling of the new refresh Civic mirrors a lot of the fuel cell CR-V. I'll put that on the screen for you guys. So it shares kind of like this more bold. It has a larger chin. It's got a chin job. I'll just say that. The bottom portion of the bumper is much more prominent, and the fog lights are gone. And that's going to tick a lot of people off. I do like the new style wheels. And this touring hybrid that we have, sport touring hybrid, has blacked out mirrors compared to the paint matched ones. Let me know which you would prefer. And it looks like also we have blacked out window surround instead of more of a chrome bezel here at the top, at least on the European model. So getting rid of that European model, let's go ahead and get on to the North American refresh here. It's always hard to tell for me from this angle if this is a sedan or a hatchback. I don't know if there's any tells from the front of which it is, but from the side and the back, obviously you can tell. Here's the sedan, and this is the new updated rear taillights as well. Unlike the models in Europe that have EHEV, the only way you see E currently in the Honda or Acura lineup is on their fully electric Prologue or ZDX right now. But in America, they've decided to stick with the old hybrid logo here, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me know which you would prefer. I think this is a little bit cleaner than the E logo, a little bit more streamlined as well. All right, so they say we have 4 new colors. I'll get into that, or I'll just put them on the screen for you guys while we're looking through these images. It's growing on me, the looks of the new Civic. This grille portion here reminds me of a miniaturized version of what we have on the Accord. So you guys know how I feel about the Accord's exterior looks, but the Accord on the inside is amazing, as well as the Civic. It carries over. Here's the new Google built-in. It pretty much looks exactly the same. It looks like this is the 9-inch screen, if I remember correctly. We don't have the larger 12-inch screen as an option here like you have in the Prius or in the top of the line Accord, for example. I love the triple knobs here. It's one of the best in the industry. We have a traditional shifter here. Nothing funky going on like the Prius with its return to neutral kind of pattern that it has. But yeah, you don't need to fix what isn't broken. In the Civic is the interior is class leading as it is. All right, rear wiper here. That's something that the Prius does not have. So I really appreciate that. We have fake exhaust here, but it's not overdone. So well done, Honda, for not overdoing the rear exhaust area. Kind of diffuser action here as well. This again is the top sport touring hybrid hatchback. It looks good. Do you guys like it? Do you like the Prius looks better than this? I do, but I like how this drives. Well, I haven't driven the Civic hybrid, but I like how the normal Civic handles over the Prius. Not that the Prius and the Corolla handle poorly, but the Civic is top of class. I would say even the Elantra handles better than the Prius. But it doesn't compare in terms of hybrid power and stuff. So I think I've gone over all the images I've really wanted to here on the new Civic hybrid, from the sedan to the hatchback to the interior. I think this could be the European model, for example. And here's the up close of the engine. And it now has 200 horsepower, which is great. I thought it was going to have 181 horsepower. This is the European pictures here. I thought it was going to have 181 horsepower. But they've been able to bump it up to 200. So I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it's through tuning or if they rated the vehicle on premium fuel to get to the 200 horsepower, so it competes a little bit better with the Prius's powertrain, which that is also, by the way, all-wheel drive optional in the Prius, not the Prius Prime, where the Civic is still front-wheel drive only, and the Corolla has all-wheel drive as well. We won't have all-wheel drive hybrids until Honda's next-gen hybrid technology, which is coming out, I think, in 2026, 2027. So until then, you're stuck with front-wheel drive hybrid on the Accord as well as the Civic. You still have the mechanical linkage all-wheel drive on the CR-V hybrid. But yeah, they're going to be using an e-motor for future hybrids. Those hybrids coming by 2026, 2027 timeframe with their next gen. In the meantime, we get this guy, which I'm really, really happy about. So let's dive into this. Now, we don't have pricing. So the new two-motor hybrid with 200 horsepower, my guess is that it's going to start around $30,000. Currently, the Civic starts at about $25,000 after destination here. And I think they're going to charge quite a bit more for this hybrid. Time will tell, though. I think with its power, they're going to market it around the SI, but we'll see. I could be wrong. So with an anticipated combined 200 horsepower and an impressive 232 pound-feet of torque. Whoa. Am I reading this right? They're saying that the resulting performance is even quicker than the outgoing 1.5-liter turbo-powered Civic. Does that mean the 1.5-liter turbo is dead outside of the SI? It sounds like it says outgoing 1.5-liter turbo-powered Civic. Are we going to see any more turbo-powered Civics outside of the Type R? So this confirms that over at Car and Driver, non-hybrid LX and Sport models are equipped with the same naturally aspirated 2-liter, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are happy about. But the 1.5-liter turbo officially has been dropped. Sadly, the same goes for the manual transmission option that was previously available on the Sport and Sport Touring hatchbacks. So going back to the builder here, you guys can chalk it up. Rest in peace, manual transmission on the Sport hatchback. Wow, that's tough to see. That's really, I never drove it, but people were always asking because it was never in the press fleet here in Florida anyways, and most press fleets it wasn't the 6-speed manual with the 2-liter, but it is gone at this point in time. Good luck finding one, guys, because I know a lot of you guys will try to go out and snap a 6-speed manual 2-liter hatchback out there, but it's also the 6-speed manual is gone from the Sport Touring model as well. Watch my driving impressions. I drove it around Ann Arbor, Michigan a few years back when it debuted. So looking in my area, there are some Sport Touring manuals available. There's one Civic Sport manual here, about $28,000. Here's one at $27,000, about 90 miles away from me. There's just not a lot out there, unfortunately. This, like, how many are available within 100 miles from me? And then notice the SI. So we have 17 manual that are not SI and 77 that are manual SI, right? Because SI is 6-speed only. So I guess it makes sense for them to discontinue the 2-liter manual. That's going to be really, really tough for a lot of people out there. And they're going to discontinue the sport touring manual, all in favor for the Civic Si. But again, in this press release, there's no mention of the Si or Type R. Look, there's actually almost as many Type Rs in my area as Sis. That's crazy. Okay, just like the CRV hybrid, we have 4 levels of regen braking too, and that's going to be available to adjust with paddle shifters on the steering wheel. We have unique spring and damper tuning on the hybrids and a specifically developed tire, probably for low rolling resistance would be my guess, for better fuel economy. Hybrid trims also enjoy the lowest NVH levels in the Civic lineup. Now, that comes as no surprise. Watch my reviews on the CRV hybrid and the Accord hybrid. They are so smooth, so quiet. Now we also have active noise control on all hybrids to help with that, on top of it just being super refined to begin with. And wheel resonators on sport touring trims. Acura. This is what bothers me, is like, the Acura doesn't have an answer to this. We have sound deadening wheels here on this hybrid. Acura Sport Performance, I get it, but Honda's advertising this hybrid as sport, performance, and luxury all wrapped into one. It's too bad that the Acura lineup will not be getting this hybrid setup on the Integra. To support affordability for young buyers, Civic LX and Sport trims continue to be powered by the naturally aspirated 2-liter. Sport hybrid and Sport touring, since the 1.5-liter is discontinued, Sport and Sport touring get the powerful 2-motor hybrid system. All hybrid models are now available with that gray interior that we showed off earlier. Sport hybrid also comes standard with a moonroof, heated front seats, and dual zone climate controls. Sport touring hybrid also adds leather seating, 12-speaker Bose system, larger 9-inch touchscreen with the wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto compatibility, and a wireless smartphone charger. All Civic models come standard with front USB-C ports. It's not a measuring contest, but the Prius has 6 USB-C ports. Google built-in. I'll talk more about that when I actually drive the car, I guess, but Google built-in is like using an Android phone just built into the tablet there. Feel free to pause if you want to get more into the safety features of the vehicle. We'll continue to see this built for the sedan anyways in Alliston, Ontario, and the Civic hatchback at the Greensburg, Indiana plants. So it's bittersweet. I've been looking forward to this hybrid for a long time. So while I've been waiting for the new Civic hybrid to come and it's finally here, I'm a little sad, mainly for the discontinuation of the manual transmission on the Sport Touring and the Sport hatchback. It should live on, of course, in the Type R and on the SI sedan. So hopefully that hasn't been quietly killed. That would break my heart. And I would have to make a special video for the Civic Si if it is officially discontinued. I don't think it is. Maybe they have a separate announcement later for the Civic Si refresh. This is for the main lineup here. And we also have no information on the Type R. So of course the Type R will eventually get the new styling or different styling, which I don't think it needs, but it probably will at some point in the next year. But rest in peace 1.5 turbo manual, rest in peace 2.0 manual, and I don't care so much about the CVT 1.5-liter turbo. That can go away. With this new hybrid here, I would take that over a CVT 1.5 turbo any day of the week. It's going to be more responsive. It's going to sound way better due to the lack of droniness, since Hondas are so quiet, or their hybrids are so quiet, so refined, and so efficient, and they have great torque. So I can't wait to drive it, and I'll see you guys down below to talk about all the cancellations of the powertrain configurations that I brought up in this video. Long live the Civic, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day and peace.